Jeff Richgels grew up bowling in Wisconsin. He started winning junior and regional events and planned to head out on tour in 1985. But a funny thing happened. Team USA trials, where he not only made the team, but won the tournament. Before he knew it, the bowler everyone calls Riggs was in Bogota, Colombia, wearing USA on his back and gold medals around his neck.
It wasn't so much how I bowled there, it was just the camaraderie, and bowling-wise, it was just one of those, the kind of experience you can't get anywhere else except that. It's an amazing feeling to be on a medal stand here and play the Star-Spangled Banner.
The next year, still an amateur, Jeff brought his team to the Open Championships where they won the team event. The kid from Wisconsin had his first eagle.
To win that was just, I mean, if you're from Wisconsin, this tournament is what it's all about, more than the PBA Tour. And to finally get that eagle, I mean, it's hard to describe the first time you went out there and see it. It's really amazing.
From there, Riggs decided to try his hand on tour, but the wins just didn't come. After only 2 years out there, Jeff Richgels called it quits and headed back home.
The tour didn't work out for me. You know, I learned how good I wasn't, and my wrist got progressively a lot worse. You know, after first, 87 started to hurt, and 88 it really got bad. And of course I had to quit then and had the reconstructive surgery in 89. So I mean, it never panned out for me, but I learned I wouldn't be where I am now with what I learned out there.
And so it was back to the tournament which had always meant so much to Richgels, and in 1997 he put together a magical run, going the entire event, 90 frames clean, and claiming the individual all events title for Eagle #2.
That one was odd in that it was so individual, and this tournament is so much about team. Not that my teammates weren't great for me, but that was more like bowling a PBA tournament or something. I knew what was leading. I had the numbers down. I looked up and I said, with a couple games to go, I said, okay, I need to shoot, 550 or 540 for these 2 games. And I shot 279, 269. Well, I still watch that video every night. I don't watch many videos. That one I pull out every so often, and I just sit and I look at those last 2 games and I think that guy was a pretty good bowler. I'm not that good anymore, but I threw it pretty good then.
8 years later, he was still pretty good.
Here we go!
Teaming up with some of his best friends to make still more tournament history. Jeff picked up his 3rd title with doubles partner Steve Richter and a team all-events crown to make it 4 Eagles.
I wanted nothing more in the entire world than for them to get one. And to finally take the lead there in 05 and to come off the approach at the end of singles and just see tears in Steve's eyes and tears in Gail's eyes. That was the greatest feeling in my career.
And the feeling is mutual.
He's the heart and soul of our team, really. We all feed off him when he's rolling. Just seems to be contagious, and we go with him. So nobody's more passionate about the USBC, this tournament, than Jeff, and we all feed off that.
There's nobody that I can think of that exactly what's going on with him, whether he's bowling good or bowling bad. Even when I'm not throwing it great, when he does, it doesn't make me feel nearly as bad about the shots that I'm making or the choices that I'm making, because I know it's going to be all right.
Jeff Richgels owns 29 PBA regional titles, and he isn't done bowling yet, not by a long shot. Just this May, his team set the all-time single-game record at the Open, and next year he turns 50 and hopes to settle some unfinished business on the senior tour.
It's sort of a second chance to show myself what I'm made of. There's not money out there to any big degree. You're not going to get rich about it. You're not on the tour anymore. But it's a chance for me sort of to just settle it here.
And for a guy who's always had plenty of heart, the call to the Hall of Fame in the new USBC Performance category tugs on those strings a bit.
When I got on the ballot, I said I didn't belong being elected alongside Pete Weber, Walter Ray Williams, any of those guys. Now I can go into something more. I feel like I do deserve perhaps to be in that category. To be the first guy is really an awesome thing, and hard to describe in words what it means that people think that you're worthy of being at the highest level of honor in your sport, in my category of my sport. I mean, it's humbling, That's not usually a word that people associate with me.